Welcome back to another episode of DD Talk, where we explore the lives and legacies of the most influential figures in the music industry. Today, we have the honor of hosting a true icon whose impact on the world of rock is immeasurable. Please join me in welcoming the enigmatic Kurt Cobain.
Thanks for having me. It's great to be here.
It's an honor to have you, Kurt. Your influence on the music industry is undeniable, and your music with Nirvana has left an indelible mark on rock history. So, let's dive right in, shall we? Kurt! Your impact on the music scene, both with Nirvana and as a solo artist, is unparalleled. Today, we're going to explore the journey that led you to become one of the most influential figures in rock history. Let's start by talking about your early years and your family background.
I grew up in Aberdeen, Washington, in a working-class family. My parents divorced when I was young, and I went through some challenging times during my childhood. Music became my escape, my way of coping with the turmoil at home. My mom was supportive of my passion for music, and she introduced me to artists like the Beatles and Led Zeppelin, which had a profound impact on me.
It's clear that music played a significant role in your life from an early age. How did your family react to your decision to pursue a career in music?
Initially, there was some skepticism, especially from my father, who wanted me to follow a more traditional path. But my mom always encouraged me to follow my passion, and I'm grateful for her unwavering support. Ultimately, it was my love for music that drove me to pursue it wholeheartedly, despite any doubts or challenges along the way.
Your journey is truly inspiring, Kurt. Now, let's shift gears and talk about the formation of Nirvana and the music that defined an era. Nirvana burst onto the scene in the early 90s and quickly became synonymous with the grunge movement. What was it like to experience that sudden surge of fame and success?
It was surreal, to say the least. We never expected our music to resonate with so many people on such a profound level. The success of Nevermind took us by surprise, and suddenly, we found ourselves thrust into the spotlight. It was an exhilarating, but also overwhelming time for us.
Smells Like Teen Spirit is often credited as the anthem of a generation. What inspired that iconic song, and did you anticipate its massive impact?
Smells Like Teen Spirit was born out of frustration and disillusionment with the mainstream culture of the time. It's a reflection of the angst and alienation that many young people were feeling in the earlys. As for its impact, we had no idea it would become the phenomenon it did. It's humbling to see how it resonated with so many people and continues to do so to this day.
Your music with Nirvana has left an indelible mark on rock history, influencing countless artists and shaping the sound of a generation. Looking back on your time with the band, what are you most proud of?
I'm proud of the fact that we stayed true to ourselves and our music, despite the pressures of fame and commercial success. We never compromised our artistic integrity, and I think that's why our music still resonates with people today. It's a testament to the power of authenticity and honesty in art.
Kurt, your music has always had a raw, emotive quality that speaks to listeners on a deeply personal level. How do you channel your emotions into your songwriting, and what role does love play in your creative process?
Love is a complex and multifaceted emotion, and it's been a central theme in much of my music. Whether it's the euphoria of falling in love or the anguish of heartbreak, I've always drawn from my own experiences to infuse my songs with authenticity and vulnerability. For me, music is a form of catharsis, a way to express the full spectrum of human emotions, including love in all its forms.
Kurt, your music has always had a raw, emotive quality that speaks to listeners on a deeply personal level. How do you channel your emotions into your songwriting, and what role does love play in your creative process?
It's a delicate balance, for sure. While my songs are deeply personal and often draw from my own life experiences, I strive to make them relatable to a broader audience. I think that's the beauty of Muses. It has the power to transcend individual experiences and connect people on a deeper, more emotional level. By tapping into universal themes and emotions, I hope to create music that speaks to people from all walks of life.
Beyond your music, you've also been known for your distinctive sense of style and your embrace of alternative culture. How does your personal style reflect your artistic sensibilities, and what role does fashion play in your creative expression?
Fashion, like music, is a form of self-expression, a way to communicate who you are and what you stand for. My style has always been a reflection of my personality and my artistic vision. I'm drawn to the authenticity and individuality of alternative fashion, and I've never been one to conform to traditional norms or trends. For me, fashion is another avenue through which I can express myself creatively and push boundaries.
Kurt, amidst the whirlwind of your music career, you've also been known to have various hobbies and interests outside of music. Can you tell us about some of your favorite pastimes and how they've influenced your life and work?
Absolutely. Despite the demands of touring and recording, I've always made time for my hobbies and interests. One of my greatest passions outside of music is visual art. I love to paint and sketch, and I find that it's a great way to unwind and tap into my creative side in a different way. I'm also an avid reader. I've always been drawn to literature and poetry, and I find inspiration in the works of writers like Williams, Burroughs, and Jack Kerouac.
It's fascinating to hear about your diverse interests and how they inform your artistic sensibilities. How do you find balance between your creative pursuits and the other aspects of your life?
It's all about finding harmony and staying true to yourself. Whether it's making music, painting a canvas, or simply spending time with loved ones, I believe in following your passions and living life authentically. Creativity knows no bounds, and I am constantly seeking out new experiences and inspirations to fuel my artistic endeavors.
Kurt, you've been famously private about your personal life, but there's been much speculation and interest surrounding your relationship with Courtney Love. Can you share with us how you two met and what drew you to each other?
Courtney and I met in the earlies through mutual friends in the music industry. There was an instant connection between us. She was smart, talented, and fiercely independent, and I was drawn to her strength and authenticity. Despite the media scrutiny and the challenges we faced, our relationship was built on a foundation of mutual respect and understanding.
Your relationship with Courtney was often portrayed as tumultuous, with both highs and lows. How did you navigate the pressures of fame and public scrutiny while trying to maintain a sense of normalcy in your personal life?
It wasn't easy, that's for sure. The media attention and constant speculation took a toll on both of us, but we did our best to shield our family from the spotlight and protect our privacy. At the end of the day, our relationship was based on love and shared experiences, and we leaned on each other for support through the ups and downs.
Despite the challenges you faced, your love for each other was evident in your music and public appearances. How do you think your relationship with Courtney influenced your artistry and the music you created with Nirvana?
Our relationship was a significant source of inspiration for me, both personally and creatively. The intensity of our love and the complexities of our relationship found their way into my songwriting, and you can hear that raw emotion in many of our songs. Courtney was a talented musician in her own right, and we often collaborated and bounced ideas off each other, which added depth and richness to our music.
Kurt, you've been open about your struggles with your own identity and sexuality throughout your life. Can you share with us how you navigated those challenges and how they influenced your music and art?
Sexuality is a complex and deeply personal aspect of one's identity, and it's something I grappled with for much of my life. Growing up in a small town with traditional values, I felt a sense of alienation and confusion about my own desires and attractions. It wasn't until later in life that I began to embrace my sexuality and explore it more openly.
Your lyrics often touch on themes of identity, alienation, and self-discovery. How do you think your experiences with your sexuality informed your songwriting and the messages you conveyed through your music?
My experiences with sexuality definitely influenced my songwriting and the themes I explored in my music. I wanted to create music that spoke to people who felt marginalized or misunderstood. Whether it was about sexuality, mental health, or societal norms, music was my way of expressing myself and connecting with others who were struggling with similar issues.
And that concludes our interview with the one and only Kurt Cobain. A heartfelt thank you to Kurt for sharing his insights and stories with us today. Remember to like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more thought-provoking interviews and content. Until next time, may we all continue to enroll.
Thanks for the opportunity to share my story. It's been a meaningful conversation.
The pleasure was all ours, Kurt. Take care, and may your music continue to inspire and resonate with audiences for generations to come.
Girl, don't lie to me. Tell me where did you sleep last night? In the pines, where the sun don't ever shine.